Good morning, Christy.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
Okay for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, like we talked about before, I was just like working through some relationship things, and I met someone new. Things have been going well for like the most part, but there's like a small hang up, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it
That's
definitely is.
that sounds great. What's the hang up?
Well, like we're not exactly fully getting our feet wet right now. We're just sort of friends at this point.
Okay.
But the big hang up that I just got news of is that they're planning to move to Ontario in a year.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it definitely just like I had so much anxiety about like even starting a relationship and getting into things, and then just to hear those news, it sucks, you know? Like it's just so annoying.
Yeah, I've had someone close move away too. I don't understand exactly your perspective, I'm sure, but I understand it a little bit. So like, how did you find out? Let's start there.
We originally planned to meet and go for coffee just as sort of like friends trying to understand each other more.
Mm-hmm.
And then right at the end, with like 5 or 10 minutes before we left, they just kind of dropped that bombshell, and then I had to go home anxious, thinking about everything that happened, just disappointed and dealing with all those emotions on my own.
Anxious and disappointed, I think makes sense
Yeah.
in that situation. So how did you go from there once you found out?
Um, this might sound a little silly, but for me, like, in order to process emotions, I have to like journal or do something of the like. So I wrote poetry about my like feelings around that, just to sort of like organize my thoughts a
Yeah.
little bit, because I didn't know what to do after that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything silly about using that. I think that sounds a good way to do it. So okay, so you meet this person, things are going really good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they tell you they're leaving. So how did they give you any insight on kind of how they feel about it?
Yes, like we connected so well, like there was such chemistry and such strong emotions
Mhm.
there, at least from my understanding. And then it's like they took 3 steps back and dropped this, and now it, it's like I'm at arm's length with them. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Hmm. I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, they have mentioned just briefly a few times that they're a little slower to like develop emotions, and they had some issues with one of their exes, I think.
Okay.
So that might be why. It's just I feel so strong so quickly for them, even after just recently coming out of a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like with this bombshell and them kind of pushing away, it almost feels like a breakup, even though things haven't even developed yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know, having those feelings for the first time after so long, you just want to go headfirst into them and explore absolutely everything.
For sure. And it sounds like maybe the two of you kind of have a different what's the right word? A different process there.
Yeah.
Maybe you go really head first into things, and I wonder if they maybe like taking things a little slower.
Yeah, they mentioned wanting to take things slower, and
Okay.
I just don't know how to do that, just because every relationship I've been a part of, we always dive in head first, things go well, and then sometimes things don't go as well a little bit later because we dove in so quick, but like it's usually worked out for the most part.
Yeah. I'm hearing a little bit of uncertainty, confusion, maybe frustration.
Yeah, yeah, definitely frustration and confusion. Like, I don't know. It's it's a weird experience to have someone ask to slow it down for once.
For sure.
Just especially after we connected that night. Like, it was the first time we met after I think it was 5 or 6 years, and two of our friends asked how long we were dating for, just because it seemed like this was an already established thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the first time meeting, there was chemistry, and now a few weeks later, okay, push that all away. Let's take a step back and just talk as friends, you know? How do you remove that emotional attachment at that point?
For sure. You said that like that first night it was like this, heavy feelings.
Yeah.
Both of you felt like that, you think?
I've been questioning that myself. Like, I thought that's what we were both feeling, but now after like the whole slow it down thing, I'm not sure if we both felt that way, if it was just me and I'm overthinking things. Like, that's a big question mark right now for me.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you've had some issues in relationships. They haven't gone great.
Yeah.
And you finally meet someone, and I totally understand how that could make you feel excited and, looking into the future, and that's all great. And it sounds like you've kind of recognized that maybe, and it could be because of their move, right? But maybe they're not quite there yet. So I wonder what we could do. What do you think a good strategy would be to handle it from here?
Yeah, I don't know. Just like, I think the biggest thing for me right now is I'm having to process all of these things on my own immediately after, and I don't know. That's the biggest thing for me. I'm just left alone with these thoughts to like ruminate for days on end.
For sure. And if that was me in that situation, I wonder how I would feel about, because if you share your emotions, what do you think would happen if you share your emotions with them if they're already telling you that maybe they want to take a step back?
I feel like that's almost part of going too fast, Like, I could share with them, but then is that me already taking too many steps ahead just by sharing my concerns, or is that normal? I don't know if it's one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you kind of have a grasp on it. It sounds like you're doing some good thinking about it. So I wonder if maybe, is there anyone else in your life that maybe could be that talking post when you're, it's 1 a.m. and you're feeling the way you feel, like maybe someone to reach out to?
Yeah, I have a few friends I could talk to about it, at least bring it up.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
And then moving forward, I wonder what you think about, should you give them space, or should you text? Like, what do you think would be the best thing just for now while you're kind of processing your feelings?
I think for now, probably taking some space to kind of let my emotions settle is the biggest thing. Just that feels best for me right now.
Yeah.
As well as that should probably help their concerns about taking things slow.
For sure. So I totally get it. Like, I think the being excited and happy that it's happening, totally normal reaction. And then being, seeing them say, like, I'm leaving, and knowing that they're kind of backed off a little bit. I wonder if that makes you feel, I guess sad would be a really good way to put it.
Yeah, definitely disappointed. And
disappointed might be a better way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a whole ordeal at this point. I don't know how to frame my emotions really about it.
For sure.
there's so many of them like swirling at the same time.
Oh, for sure, and like we've focused a lot on like the difference between you and them and how you explore relationships. But how do you feel about the fact that someone you're really close to is moving away? We haven't even.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, it was a fast friendship, so like it's not I have the strongest emotional tie, but at the same time, it's I don't normally use emotion words too much, but it's it's depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll end it there today,
Okay.
and we'll maybe take some time to explore because I know there's still some questions over what is best.
Mm.
So I wonder if maybe we can both have a think, and then if you're okay, maybe we can come back next time and kind of share where we're at.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good.
Sounds awesome, Christy. Thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on.